Hello. Good afternoon, stinkers. How you guys doing? Almost the end of the week. You almost made it. You got this. Mom. Thank you to those who turned up yesterday. I had a lot of fun. Helldivers is as chaotic as ever. Bum bum bada bada bum bum bada bum 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 bada bada. The sun is making me super eepy as usual. Super eepy. Shorter stream today because Eurovision semi-finals second part is on tonight. So I'm gonna end stream around 7ish. I forget when it's on. I forget. I'm so tired. I think, does it start at 8 or 7? Because if it starts at 8, that means I have an hour to cook food, which is good. I think it starts at 8, right? Whatever, we'll figure it out. I'll end the stream at 7, so I can go make some food. I actually just got done with a rotisserie chicken. I got real intimate with it. And removed all of the flesh from its carcass, so I've already done a lot of the work. How you guys doing? You guys okay? Let me say my hellos. Ugh. Hello Winter, congratulations on being voiced. Hello Dex, thank you so much for the 7 stream streak, thank you very much for that. Hello Stevie, hello Succumbio, hello Cal, Succumbio, thank you so much for the 65 stream streak, thank you very much. Hello Vec, hello Heavy, hello Trash Can. Your internet was pretty fucking horrible, I'm sorry Vec. It was fine at first, but then it got really, really hard to understand you. Hello, Rare. How you doing? You can't eat until after your doctor's in like 6 hours, or you're fasting for your ultrasound, I see. Still, best of luck with your appointment. I hope... Here's the thing. I hope that they find something, but that it's not that bad. Because if they find something, then they can answer your problems, but I don't want it to be bad, you know what I mean? It's weird. I'm chilling. How you doing? I'm tired. I'm very tired. I don't know what we'll do for stream today. Maybe we'll do some Daron. I don't think it's gonna be long enough for us to actually start anything. Went this shit so fast. Probably doesn't help that it was Helldivers that I was streaming, along with the internet being problematic. Oh my god. So yeah, I streamed Helldivers in the Discord yesterday because as much as I would love to stream it on stream, I can't. Helldivers has gotten to the point where even on its lowest settings, and me as a fucking PNG, it's quite problematic, sadly. Blah. Hello Ray, how you doing? Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. I was looking at your stream earlier. Because your inquiry today was like, what was the worst advice you ever received? I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, But I don't know if it counts as advice. It kind of is advice, but at the same time, it's not like advice. But in college, my head of year was a very hardy chemistry teacher guy. And his motto, which I'm gonna treat it as if he was telling us this as advice, is that winners don't make excuses. That is an extremely harmful and ignorant mindset, in my opinion. And I don't want to be like, oh, well, you're just being like a sore loser. Like, look, I peaked in fucking high school. I get it. And even then, I would still have empathy for people that might not have been given the same opportunities as me. That's just the basis of my thinking, really, is that it's so harmful because it's like, winners don't make excuses, but you've got to understand this isn't a fair world. So that sentence doesn't have any sort of sustenance to it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's insinuating that your effort is 100% what will carry you forward in life. Unfortunately, that is not true. In an ideal world, it would be, but it's not true. And that mindset is extremely harmful because then someone's going to do that and be like, wait, what happened? What went wrong? I should be winning, but I'm not. And it's like, well, unfortunately, you know what I mean? You yawning because you just woke up? No, I'm yawning because I'm always tired. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eurovision. Okay, I'll end the stream at 7, so I have time to go make food then. I know, look at me making... I even ate before stream. I used some of the chicken, made a sandwich. It was really good. It was really good. They've started doing... Is it Warburtons that are doing this tiger bread? They've started doing like a normal bread loaf, but with tiger bread crust. So I don't have to... Yeah, it's Warburtons. Tiger Bloomers, it's called. And so I love tiger bread, but it is such a pain in the ass because usually when you get it from a store, it is uncut and you have to like cut it up yourself and stuff like that. And you're like, hell, grow up. Look, I just prefer the convenience of sliced bread. Okay. The saying isn't, this is the best thing since bread. It's since sliced bread. But Warburtons have started doing a tiger bloomer, so it still has a tiger bread crust, but it's all sliced up and bread shaped, which is pretty cool. Hello Melvin, how you doing? It's such a toxic motto, yeah. Oh no, I absolutely did peak in high school. I was doing so well in high school, and everything just went downhill from there. But I appreciate that your sentimentals and stuff. An excuse is different to a reason, but I think in the eyes of this guy, everything is an excuse. I guess that's a bit presumptuous of me to say, but after, you know, having him as a head of year for 2 years, and actually he was one of my chemistry teachers, this guy is absolutely just the kind of guy that you're trying to tell him, like, yeah, sorry, my fucking granddad died, so I've been out of sorts, and he's like, no excuse, you know? He's the kind of guy that will turn around to you and go, actually, in real life, you would get fired. Or you would have to, you would have to work with people like this in real life when you're actually they would get fired. You know, it's that kind of stereotypical person. Hello, Joshi, how you doing? What's tiger bread? Oh, how do I describe tiger bread? Tiger bread is fucking delicious. It's like got this really iconic, like, hard crust, but inside it's super soft. Let me get a picture. It's so good. I love tiger bread. Bloomers. That's a very small picture. It's so good. It's so crunchy. Hello, Hula, how you doing? In the real world, yeah, I fucking... As if this isn't the real world. Like, grow up. In real life, I had bereavement leave or they would be sued. Exactly. Actually, you want to know a fun fact of something that happened to me in when I was at college? So, I used that example because my granddad did actually die in college. It was the first, like, family death where it was quite meaningful to me. Because before it was like, oh, this person died. I was like, I don't really know who they are. But my step-granddad was quite possibly the nicest person I think I've ever met in my life. He was probably one of the only people besides my stepdad on my step side of the family that didn't treat me like shit, because obviously I'm not blood related or whatnot. So when he died, I took it to heart quite a bit. My mum was surprised. She said to me, like, you know, she was expecting my little brother to be in pieces and me to be like, comfort him, and it's like not the other way around. But I remember distinctly, I had college and then I had work at KFC after that day. And so my mum rang up the college and was like, look, she's not gonna be in today, or maybe the next couple of days, you know. And then she rang up my work for me because I was in fucking pieces. So she rang them up and she was like, look, she's not going to be in work today. And you know what they told her? They were like, okay, she has to ring up. And my mum was like, excuse me? And they were like, no, she has to ring up and tell us. And my mum was like, all right. She's like, she can't fucking use a phone right now. Like, you know, she's like, I'm trying to give you like a, what'd you call it? The decency by ringing you myself right now, so you have plenty of time. And they were arguing with her, and I did actually I had to ring them up, and I couldn't speak. That was the problem. I was really choked up. I couldn't fucking speak to them. I was just like on the floor. I was like, I'm not coming to work, and they were just like, yeah, okay. And I was like, oh, fucking Christ, that's fucked up. That was really fucked up. So yeah, giraffe bread. This is tiger bread. I'm okay, thank you for asking. Hello, Oscar. How's it going? It is amazing, but it's really inconvenient to cut up because it's really hard. So yeah, tiger bread is distinguished from regular bread by its unique crust, which is created by painting a rice flour paste on the dough before baking. It's so good. Love tiger bread. They sound like assholes. Yeah, they were. I was like, dude, you're acting as if this is some sort of corporate, like, huge corporate position. I'm a fucking cashier at KFC. Grow up. What is this fucking power trip? you know? So as if the corporates wouldn't take bereavement leave. I swear, it's like people want to act like they have this power and like they are in that actual setting without realizing how people in that actually setting are supposed to act. It's crazy. I don't know. But no, college was some of the worst years of my life, and that's fucking saying something. So much shit happened during college. It was one of the times where I really, truly realized, like, you know, at the end of the day, you have yourself, and that's kinda it. A lot of people showed their true colors to me during college. The higher up you are, the better you wind up treated, of course. That's just how hierarchies go, which is fucked up. That's why I've never understood the lack of empathy that people have either, especially when it comes to fast food workers. Like, why are you yelling at someone who is just here to take your order about the price of things? You know? Don't get it. Don't get it at all. Makes no sense to me.
Flower.
Hannah, thank you for the 2-1 resub. Happy 14 months. Thank you. How you doing? Yeah, I know what you mean, Vec. I don't get why they want bad... You know what's funny? The KFC I worked with when I was at uni did like a mental health like check-in quiz that we had to fill out, and it was like... I was like, bro, these guys are not gonna look at this. Because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care at all. At the end of the day, it comes down to a lack of empathy. A severe lack of empathy because people have not been in these situations. I completely stand by the fact that everyone should be required to do work where they are capable in a fast-paced customer service setting. I think that would increase the quality of the world by at least like 70%. This is true for everything though. For literally everything ever, people lack empathy because it doesn't happen to them. Or like, yeah, like I'm just thinking about like something a little bit, I guess, I don't know, I can't even believe I'm saying this is controversial, but you know, vaccines and shit like that. People don't remember the times where things like polio were rampant and causing so many problems. Because we're so far away from the last time these events happened and it was a real problem. People forget these things. And now they're like living in some sort of blissful life where they think that, okay, if we just stop, it's fine. And it's like, well, no, it's not, because it'll come back and history will repeat itself, and then we'll be back to square one, and we could just cut the middleman here. We could cut the middleman and not have to repeat the cycle by just whatever. So yeah, I don't know. When I was in college, there were ex-high school people I went to high school with that were like coming by the drive-by at KFC and like taking pictures of me and stuff, which is crazy. That is pretty sad. What do they call people without empathy? Sociopaths? I've known people who are proud to be sociopaths. No problem, Ray. I was surprised to see you anyway, in a good way. Please go get some good rest. I appreciate you stopping by. Sleep well. We have a lovely day of work tomorrow. I'm okay, Hannah. Thank you for asking. No, I kind of relate. I've always been someone who's been a little bit too heavy on the empathetic side. I get allergies a lot. They showed people the results? Anonymous or not, that's kind of like... That's very not good. A 2-piece leg and thigh with mash and gravy, please. Chop chop. Dude, people that asked for certain pieces, there were 2 types. There are people that would demand to have certain pieces, and honestly, I don't mind giving people certain pieces, but you gotta understand, you'll get whatever's there. If we have the chicken for it, you get the chicken. I can't guarantee you what piece, because there would be people coming in and be like, can I have a 10-piece bucket with only like breast meat and legs? And I'd be like, well, let's put it this way, per batch of chicken we get a total of 2 pieces of breast, so chances are no. You're probably gonna get some wings and some thighs and whatever. The entitlement on some people is weird though. Zarek, thank you so much for the tier 1 base sub. Happy 11 months. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. If it was smaller meals, I don't usually mind. Usually the older people would come in and they would be like, I'll have a 2-piece meal and it has to have 2 breast pieces. And we'd be like, we can't give you 2 breast pieces. Unless you're willing to wait like 45 minutes for the next batch of chicken to cook, we can't give you 2 breast pieces. So, I don't know. Fucking weird, dude. They expect you to bend over backwards and don't realize, actually, you think because I'm such a lowly worker that like I have this obligation? No, it's because I'm a lowly worker that I don't feel like I have the obligation. You're gonna treat me like shit no matter what I do, so I might as well just do whatever, you know. It's not like I get paid any extra for giving you those 2 breast pieces anyway. But no, I always tried to accommodate people where I could, unless they had lip with me. If you were getting lippy and being fucking an asshole, then I can guarantee you, like, I've shit in your suit. I haven't actually, but... Kinda goes both ways. Weird corporate practices and demands the customers sandwiching the work in between. Oh yeah, corporate are absolutely not, like, any way, shape, or form innocent in this. But when you've got someone in front of you compared to when you've got some mysterious, unknown, higher-up being that you don't really have any contact with, who's gonna get the brunt of it, you know? I'm very much a person who is like, who cares what other people think or say, you know, live your life the way you want to, or do whatever. But when it comes to settings like these, I feel like you still have a little bit of responsibility to be wary of the people around you, you know? Forced upselling. Don't even get me started on upselling. The worst part is people don't understand the difference between someone being a lazy worker or whatever and not like upselling, and people being able to understand social cues and that it might not be a good idea to offer this person more things if they're already quite pressed and irritated and shit like that. So we had some very weird practices. Hello, Longo. How you doing? I don't think I could work in any service-oriented workplace. I don't think I could anymore. But at the end of the day, I'm not exactly in a position to be picky about it. But after working so long in a service-oriented, all I have worked in my life so far is, besides I technically would guess teaching is kind of like a service orientated workplace, but sometimes I'm like on two different sides. On one side, I'm like, I deserve to be picky. I've done my dues. I've worked so long. But on the other side, it's like, it's life. You don't get a say. You got to do what helps you survive or whatever. And I'm constantly at battle with these two in my head. But in my old KFC, it was only ever focused on mainly punishment if you didn't do the upselling, if they didn't hear you upselling, and they would call you out for it there and then. They'd be like, why didn't you upsell? And it's like, dude, this person ordered like fucking 30 hot wings. I'm not going to offer them 2 more. Or this person just got irritated with me at the price of their meal. I'm not going to offer them to increase it by adding shit they don't want. Like, it's simple shit like that. You can tell when a customer just wants to get their meal and go. So in my old KFC, the one I worked in like more recently, not the one that I was in college with, we had daily goals, right? So we had like average order expectations, which is not necessarily the worst thing until you realize we had kiosks. So we had self-service kiosks, right? And so they divided it into 2 things. They said card only at self-service kiosks. To be fair, the self-service kiosks could only take card, but they're like, the kiosks have to pay for themselves. So card only over there, cash only over on the till. You're not allowed a sign to say that. So customers will only find out once they've queued up and come to your till with their card, and then you tell them cash only. Even though you have card machines at the fucking till as well. So, you have to tell the customer, it's cash only. I'm sorry you queued for 15 minutes. We're not allowed to put a sign up. But it's cash only here. So, if you wanted to pay by card, go stand behind the kiosk queue. So not only does that already irritate the fuck out of the customer, because chances are they didn't want to go to the kiosk because they wanted to talk to someone, because they had order amendments to make, or they might have been an older person who does generally not like using the kiosks. Older people hate using them. They get confused, they end up ordering the wrong things, they don't get what they want. So, but they're already pissed off because they're like, well shit, I don't have enough cash on me to make this big order. That's why I brought my card, So, that's already gonna piss them off. And then, again, with the order averages, the chances are, if someone has a set amount of cash on them, they have a set amount of cash on them. Their order is going to be their order, which means you can't upsell on everything. So for us, it wasn't necessarily just, oh, would you like an extra hot wings for 99 pence on your order? It was every time they ordered a meal, would you like to go large on that? Would you like to tower it up? Would you like to add an extra side? Every single meal. Every single bucket, every single box, you have to make sure every fucking time, every little corner, you are asking them, do you want this? Would you like to add this? And they get tired of that. They get tired of that. Because they've got a limited amount of cash. They can't even be thinking about that. So, in general, they're like, oh, your ticket average has to be like this much. But we're gonna do everything in our power to make sure that you can't get that ticket average. And then when people don't get that ticket average, you get not necessarily punished for it, but punished for it. You know what I mean? And the biggest problem with all of this, because they do have your ticket averages and displayed next to your name on like they stick it up at the side of one of the hot things where you put the chicken in. On top of all of this, pretty much 12 times out of 10, you are not just a cashier that day. You're not working one job. So, not only are you having to spend like 10 minutes on a till trying to either argue with a customer because there's no sign saying it's cash only or you're trying to add 7 million things to your item order, but chances are you're also going to have to pack your orders yourself. And it's not just, even though we didn't have a drive-through, which drive-through was fucking, I worked drive-through in my other store, it was horrible as well. But you have things like Deliveroo, you have Just Eat, you have Uber Eats. You have these online places where you have to look at the orders and make sure they get packed. Because then you have a separate queue of angry delivery drivers who are angry at you because you're juggling 7 million things at once. You also have to put down, make sure you've got a correct... So, Fry's station was usually managed by front of house staff too. And it's not just fries, so you would cook popcorn chicken, you would cook hash browns for the burgers. God knows what else they've added now since then. You'd probably also have to do your own drinks, your own ice creams, your own... they weren't milkshakes, they were crushums. So you would not only be having to deal with these customers and having to make sure I got this average up, and make sure the customers aren't too pissed off, but you'd have to deal with all that. And the cherry on top, and I've spoke about this before, no one is in a designated spot for lobby. There is no one that is assigned to clean the lobby. So while all of this is going on, and you're working a rush time, lobby is just getting filthier and filthier. You need trays, but no one can go out and get them, we're too busy. Because you need to get them, you need to clean them, you need to put the fucking slip on them or whatever. Bins are full, so people are obviously just going to leave. I mean, people will leave their shit at the table anyway, but they're going to stack it, or they're going to try and fill the bin more, because where else are they going to put their fucking garbage? So the place starts fucking stinking. Shit gets spilt on the floor is greasy, we have stairs, we need to make sure those are not greasy. There's also the toilets you have to take care of. It's just fucking... It's never ending. It's never ending. And that is my experience at KFC. And it is the worst when you're working close, because for some reason, on a close, despite more people ordering in the evening time, you have less staff. You have half the staff of what you have during the day. And you have to do all your close duties. With people that maybe finish if you were lucky enough to have at least 2 people that were on a split shift, like 12-9, 12-8, they will leave at 9 and 8, and they don't care, so they won't be cleaning up after their messes or anything like that. So yeah, that's what it's like working in a fast food service. Hope I wasn't getting too passionate there. Also, hello Johnson, hello Goat, how you guys doing? You worked in retail and as a teaching assistant? Well, I'm glad for the experience. I never want a customer-facing job again. Too much stress from everything. If I stand by this statement, if people had one job and that's the job they were doing, not only would the mental health and the physical health of the people that worked at the place be much higher, but the quality of service would be so much higher too. But people are so greedy. Because they just want more money, and if they want more money, they just cut it for labor costs. They're like, that person, okay, this job is made for one person, okay, but give them 3 more jobs. That's probably the biggest problem when it came to fast food service, customer service, whatever you want to call it, is that you're not just working one job. You are working the position of 3 to 4 other people. There is supposed to be someone designated until, so the way that I'm pretty sure that our establishment was supposed to be staffed, we had 2 tills, so there's supposed to be 2 people on till. You would have 1 person each packing for those tillers, so you'd have 2 packers. You would have 1 person doing drinks, that's for front and for the delivery orders as well, because drinks is, honestly, I loved working drinks at my previous place. So drinks, crushums, ice creams, whatever, you would have someone working there. You would have someone on the delivery side of things. They would manage Uber Eat, Deliveroo, Just Eat. So they would not only accept the orders and check the orders, but they would pack the orders as well for that. You'd have someone on fries. So you have someone dedicated to putting the fries, the hash browns, popcorn chicken, all that sort of shit down. Then in the middle of house, you would have either 1 or 2 people making burgers, 1 person pre-packing up all the chicken and stuff to go out, so 3 pieces, or 2 pieces or whatever, or the chicken fillets, or, you know, stuff like that. If they saw a bucket, they might, you know, pack the bucket up for you too, so you can get ready to pack it away. Then in the back of house, or technically middle of house, is still kind of, you would have one person working on sides, so that's making the gravy, the corn, the mashed potato, the rice, all that sort of stuff. And then you would have the people in the kitchen, which is usually 2 people in the kitchen making all the chicken and stuff like that. And then, if you were lucky enough, you'd have one person on lobby. Usually, in my other store, you would have the person who is on sides go into lobby every now and again because sides might get quiet. And that's it. And obviously, you would have your shift manager. That's the ideal way that the store would be staffed. But in reality, chances are you had one person on till, one person packing. If you were lucky, you'd have an extra person on front of house to do deliveries and stuff like that. You'd maybe have 2 people in middle of house doing the burgers and chicken packing. Chances are one of them would be the shift manager. And then you wouldn't have anyone on sides because the person who was the other person who was in middle of house would be doing sides as well. And then you might have 2 cooks if you're lucky, but usually it was just 1. That's how it was staffed. So, yeah. That's how it works. That's how, I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was exaggerating. I wish I was exaggerating. So, making KFC even less appealing to me. I will say it's not just KFC, because we worked for a franchise. So they owned KFCs, they owned McDonald's, they owned Burger Kings, they owned Subways. So it's all about also who owns them. But yeah, KFC is fucking super expensive. My movie theater that I used to work is like that stupid upsell stuff, which is even crazier because movie theater concession prices, excuse me? What do you mean? If I want to add a drink onto my popcorn order, I'm gonna have to go take out another mortgage. So, yeah. Delivery for fast food kind of fucked everything too. It's also because delivery drivers do not get paid that much for their deliveries, so they want to do as many as they possibly can, sometimes even taking 2 orders at a time, which they shouldn't be doing. And I get it, but they need to understand to have a little bit of empathy. I'm having to do front and deliveries. Like, I'm one person, and deliveries usually wait because, look, I'd rather a delivery driver screaming at me than the fucking customer screaming at me, so, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying this kind of rant as if I expect any of you guys would be these kind of people at a fast food establishment as a customer. I'm sure you guys are very respectful and very nice and very empathetic. If something is taking a little bit longer than usual, just, you know, some things just happen, okay? So, yeah. Customers complain there's no clean tables, but if you go clean the tables, they complain they're not being served. Exactly. Exactly. And they will tell you, this is your job. And I'm like, no, I have like 7. And I'm trying to balance them all at once. And nothing I do will ever make you happy. So shut up, sit down, and just fucking wait. How many years since you left? I quit. So, funnily enough, I would still technically be working, but I quit KFC in my last year of university because they were trying to make me work close shifts, and they were also applying to stay open later to 3 a.m. And I worked those close shifts at 3 a.m. in my old KFC. They're not nice because you get drunk people in. And then it's like, I've already had fucking, at the last KFC, even without the drunk people, I had people pelting biscuits and shit at me. I had a chair that was thrown at my manager. Like, I don't need that. So I quit that KFC because they tried making me work the closed shifts. And they hired a bunch of students. And then they got shocked when it's like, okay, but we have lectures at 9 o'clock in the morning, so we can't work close shifts.
Happy 14 months.
So, like, you're gonna have to deal with that somehow. And then they put in the group chat, like, everyone is expected to work this, that, and the other. So, like, literally 8 of us left. 8 of us handed in our notice that same day. So, I think I was the only one to work my 2 weeks. And people were, like, surprised you're here. And I'm like, why would you be surprised I'm here? Because I was literally, even after all this shit, again, if there's something worth doing, it is worth doing right. I'm not gonna half-ass my job. But I quit KFC, because then I got another job. I was lucky enough to get another job afterwards. It was the first time I ever quit with not having a job already lined up. So it was really scary for me. So, let me think. God, it's been years. It's been fucking years. I don't know. Because after that, I worked at a Chinese supermarket, which I thought was a lot better at first. But very quickly it was fine, and then it became KFC again. And I ended up having to quit that because it was too much work alongside my teacher training year. Like, way too much. So I ended up having to quit that job. I'm trying to think. I can't think. But I still hear the Czech jib. Czech jib lives rent-free forever. If you don't know what Czech jib is, you know that sound you hear when you go into McDonald's and it's the fryers making the sound? That's Czech jib. It means the oil needs replacing. So, the funny thing is, Joshi, is that office workers will turn around and tell you, like, you know, I think in general, everyone will tell you, like, they hate their job. And I get it. But after my experience, I would rather work a brain-dead fucking 9-to-5 corporate office job than ever set foot in a fast food place again. So, alright, take care, Hula. Thank you for stopping by. They do have good mashed potatoes and the coleslaw. So the coleslaw comes pre-packaged. The mashed potatoes are frozen. They are like shaped as like little cylinders. You put like 4 or 5 of them in a gravy tub, and then you put it in the microwave. That's how they make the mashed potatoes, KFC. They're crying about no one going to the movies for that price. Scott used to work at the movies. He told me they were losing so much money, like, annually. Hello, Talset. How you doing? Mr. Chicken. Anyway, tip your delivery drivers, yeah. Slim, thank you so much for the tier 1 resub. Sorry, thank you. Happy 14 months. How you doing, Slim? You like the dead shifts, boring jobs? Rather do mindless easy stuff than get stressed out 24/7? Exactly. I would like a cushy office job. Better yet, I'd like a cushy work from home job. But I know that's not gonna happen. That's wishful thinking. I don't have the skill set to have a work from home job. Although I don't know, I really don't know how to go about. I want to go work in the hospital, but I really, so my circumstance is a little bit hard to explain. In fact, I can't really explain it because the information is very sensitive. Not to sound like some sort of fucking weird main character pick me, but there are limitations and certain precautions and measures that I have to take. So it is already, before it was really difficult for me to get a job graduating post-COVID, but now it's even harder unless I move like out of the country, probably. It's hard to explain without coming off as excusey, but that's my circumstance. So it has me worried quite a bit. I don't know what my future is looking like at the moment. It's why, the movie theater's losing money through like ticket sales is why I was like saying about like why food is so expensive there, because they're trying to make up for the tickets, the loss in the tickets. But streaming services are killing the cinema industry. So you're looking for something more comfortable, because I worked in system administration for managed IT providers. Is so stressful and unpredictable. Yeah, something cushy would be nice. Something with a somewhat, structural workday would be nice. Nothing matters anyway. I don't know. Everyone always wishes for something better when they've got what someone else probably wants. Follow me, you can follow me. So I'm very aware that some people might have been hearing me complain about having a fast food job and would be like, I want that job. It's not a bad job to have if you know that you're gonna have something better lined up for you after. Follow me. You know what you should do, Vec? You should have like a safety switch. Be like, Alexa, turn off, and it shuts them all down immediately. Money or morals? Look, at the end of the day, it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that there is a answer to everything that is correct. This is what I was saying before about that the winners don't make excuses term. Sorry, my brain is loading. You do what you can to survive. And people can judge you for whatever, but at the end of the day, if they're not willing to pay for your survival, then what's it to them? Obviously, it's a very blanketed statement, and there are some things that, I would turn around, I would look at, and I would be like, I would rather die, as maybe entitled as that sounds, but, we all have a place where, we draw a line in the sand of what we're willing to do to survive. But, yeah. Hope that makes sense. You can't do comfy, mindless work. You can stand it a month in. Cut legs off of... I mean, it depends what you... Because comfy for me isn't necessarily mindless. I would like something a bit engaging to do, but at the same time, like, I just want safety. I want security, and I want routine. Those are my 3 things that I would like. But yeah, you do what you can to survive. And when people have the audacity to pipe up without knowing about what is going on, then you tell them, are you gonna pay for me to live? You can pay my bills, you can pay for my groceries, pay for my dependents, and my little sweet necessities in life. Because look, I'm tired of pretending that the odd luxury here or there isn't a necessity. There are obviously things that we can go without, but for the human mindset, I think that, like, even sometimes that is not actually something we can go without. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Obviously, again, blanketed statements, they don't necessarily apply to everything. Someone might look at me saying this and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course there are things you can go without. Well, of course there are, but I'm just saying, in an ideal world, if we're counting food on our plate and a roof over our head is a necessity, I think fun things are a necessity too. Because what's the point of the shell if the shell being safe, if the mushy stuff inside is rotting away, you know? Thank you, Stevie. Normalized living, not just surviving. Yeah, I like that term. Different people have different tolerances, and that's not talked about enough, because I think it's because if you're... the best example I can give is, like, people will look at someone not doing anything and call them lazy. And then in turn, that person will be conditioned to be like, when I'm not doing anything, I am being lazy. When it's like, no, you're just resting. What? There is a difference between being lazy and resting. And because they were used synonymously, because if you're not working your life away on 4 different jobs at the same time, then you're not doing your best, you know? It's like, no, what the fuck? Not to be fucking Master Oogway or anything, but life is genuinely fleeting. You don't have infinite time here to be fucking around with that shit. When you can and where you can, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. And hell, it's not that easy. What the fuck? If it was that easy, then... No, I'm not saying it's easy. That's why I said when you can. If you're looking at something and being like, well, I'm real lazy. Well, if you can, do it. And you're not lazy, you're just resting. It's hard to say these things because I don't hold myself to the same standards, so I feel like kind of a phony telling you guys this. And it's not like you need to hear it from me, but maybe it helps. Maybe it helps. Despite everything, like even when we can, like, do our rest and relaxation, our recuperation, our recharging, whatever you want to call it, there's always going to be worries on our mind. And you also shouldn't feel bad for that. I think it's good to be worried because it shows that you care. It shows that you... Oh, hi! Hello, Jaikon. How you doing? I admire the people who work harder than I'll ever be able to, and they admire a lot of my capability to think quickly and thoroughly. Yeah, it goes back to that whole idea of, you know, the let me think of a good what is it, like a bird looks at a fish and is like, I wish I could breathe underwater or whatever. The fish looks at the bird and is like, I wish I could fly, you know, that sort of thing. Hello Brandon, how's it going? Pancakes. I love pancakes. Scotch pancakes are the best. There'll be someone out there that wants what you have. There will always be someone out there that wants what you have. So... But, at the same time, no one should ever use that as like a... Be grateful. You know, you're allowed to feel negative ways about what you have. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Obviously, again, blanket, broad-ass fucking contextual statement. There's a time and a place to be complaining about things. Okay? Don't complain you have too much food to someone who's starving. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that? But don't let anyone make you feel bad for even feeling like, oh, I don't like this, you know? It's your fucking God-given right to feel however you please. Even if it's, you know... that was a huge stretch. It's always very complex, exactly. There's always gonna be nuances. There's always gonna be subjective considerations. I can't help pointing that out. Used to give change to the homeless these days, but it's dangerous. Yeah, I remember at one point it was like a big thing, like don't give people who are presenting as homeless people money because they'll go spend that on drugs. Give them food and drinks and stuff like that. And it's always hard to see because it's like, why should I, judging based on a stereotype is not necessarily the nicest thing ever. But at the same time, you don't want to be potentially contributing to someone else's harm. That's how you know. That's how you know. When people turn around to you, is like, if can I have some change? And you're like, no change, sorry. You have a card and they start following you. That's when I'm like, okay, right, that's it. Finger on my fucking alarm. I'm ready to pull this. Exactly, Melvin. Even if your struggles aren't as bad as others, doesn't remove the fact that they are struggles. So... thanks for self-care, check right. I'm especially very guilty of that. I mean, it's really not hard. It's really hard, to not feel that guilt creep in when you're like, I'm complaining about this, but there are people literally being, around the world or whatever. There's something happening to someone, and it is hard to not slip into that mindset. And where it does put some things into perspective, you should know that it is okay to feel not good about something, I'm okay. How are you doing, Art? Redeem is awesome. The ghost pop. Ghost is laid on the desk next to me right now. Or maybe I'll take a picture. He's laid on my fucking drinks holder, so I can't actually put my drink on there. Ghost. Ignore the lack of desk mat. It's in the wash right now. I'm glad you had fun. Now you guys go and see in the Discord what he's doing. Are you warm, honey? That is the desk mat. He's so fluffy. Lord. Big stretch. Hello, Lychee. Do you guys see what's going on the Helldivers Twitter with Major Truth, by the way? Oh, they deleted all of his... Also, did you guys see the new armors in the Super Credit store? It looks so good. I'm getting reported? Why am I getting reported? What happened? So on Twitter, there was a guy called Major Truth, and he was posting a bunch of tweets about how the Illuminate, like with a bunch of like evidence and stuff, like there was like a camera, there was some photos and stuff, how they're thinking the Illuminate have already got their way into high command. What the fuck? Oh no. A fly has finally found its way in from the window into my bedroom. Ghost is Ghost is Sorry, I had to make a video of that. That is so funny. Oh my god, I'm gonna post that in pets too. That was so funny. I've never seen him bark like that before. What a weirdo. He talking to it? Yeah, what a fucking weirdo. He's fucking yapping. Bro chose diplomacy. Bro is a negotiator. What's up? Yeah? You get it? I know. He's so loud. I don't know if you can hear him. What? Did it disappear? Did it fly out the window again? Oh, do you see it? His eyes are so wide. Well, I don't know where it is. The bear is the size of a person? Yeah, the bear is pretty big. He has gotten so big. It's about 100. The bear is 150 centimeters. It was a gift. His name is Angus. Angus and Theodore are the name of the bears. Aren't they? Go over here. Maybe you see the fly better. Good boy. My little hunter. What? He's really cute. Guys, it's too warm. I haven't complained about how warm it is in like 10 minutes. It's too warm. Just take off more clothes? No. Well, I'm streaming. Well, I'm using facial tracking on my iPhone. I don't want the Chinese person in there to get scarred for life. The AC broke in work. Oh boy, you don't have AC. I never had it. I'm joking. Hello, Fabry. How you doing? Skeleton time. I do get those moments where I do want to peel off my skin, but it's not because of the heat. That's dark, is it? I don't know, I just feel like sometimes I don't know, feel disgusting, so I just want to like take off my skin, you know? What should we do? What should we do for an hour and a half? When you eat greasy food? Art could do. I assume Eurovision is the timer? Absolutely. Art's always good. Look at just some art. Wanna do some art, Ghost? I still haven't found someone to fob off these plain-ass Pringles to yet, by the way. If you don't know, yesterday I did some groceries, and I intentionally did groceries yesterday, so I was like, I can get some snacks for Eurovision, and they'll be really nice. I'll treat myself to some things. Treated myself to a wee 8-pack of Iron Brew, and amongst some other things. And, hi Ghost. I got the wrong order. I got some fucking white women mothers order that had wine, tomatoes, a fucking quiche Lorraine, some plain red salted Pringles, and some seedless grapes. Oh yeah, and like fucking virgin olive oil and sunflower oil or something. The grapes are good. The grapes are huge. I didn't know they were grapes at first. They're fucking massive. Get the refund and free groceries? What am I gonna fucking do? I can eat like maybe half of the groceries. But I was pissed off because when I went to reorder the groceries, after it was confirmed I would get a refund within like fucking 3 to 5 days, they didn't have any more Iron Brew. So my day was ruined. Why didn't you put the grapes in your nose and go bloobity bloobity bloobity? Am I missing some sort of context there? Is there a private joke to be had here that I'm not getting? Or did you just say that out of free will? They ran an Iron Brew. Specifically, it was an 8-pack of Iron Brew Extra that I ordered. So they they must have given me the last one that they had in the order that they messed up. And they didn't have any more. If Walmart delivers the wrong stuff, the order's refunded, we get to keep whatever they send, the right stuff. Yeah, I mean, I got to keep what I had. But you don't understand. Like, it wasn't as if I got a whole ass, like, fucking haul. I spent like £60 on the groceries too, which is funny. So someone got a fucking banger of a grocery shopping list or whatever. This is what I got. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Ignore my wall in the back there, it's missing a tile. I don't have enough tiles for that wall yet. Sell it. To be fair, yeah, I did price check the extra virgin olive oil and that is £9 a bottle, so I already have oil though, but still. Like, what kind of fucking white girl dinner is this? A giveaway for the Pringles? I'm not fucking giving away a can of Pringles. I can't really drink the wine either because of medication, but... Look at the size of the... Look at how fucking massive these grapes are, though. Look at how fucking huge they are. Drink the oil. Ew. Hello, Scott. How you doing? Do you eat grapes? Yeah. I already ate them. They were good. Wine and cookie is yum. Yeah, but doesn't that have to be like good wine? Bloody bloody blue. Oh, you got your fillings done? I hope it went well. I'm okay. Just warm. $573 Great British pounds is criminal. I'm sorry for your loss. Hoi! Hoi! Hello, Mission. How you doing? Maybe don't eat your socks. Three packs of cardboard? What kind of cardboard? The Pokemon kind? Well, I assumed it would be the Pokemon kind, but... You giving up on getting a Fly Ghost? Temporal forces, I see. Castle made of cloud. There's just one more sitting up so proudly. When the high above the mucky muck. Wonder Boy! Alright, you guys wanted me to do some art? What am I drawing? Oh. Wonder Boy! the mind bullets! That's telekinesis, Kyle. Can you tell I just plugged in my fucking... Rigagoo-goo, rigagoo-goo. Three-part harmony. Ah! Take me far away. Oh, I finally got my Lily 3-star. That's big pog. So I have both of the 3 stars now. Me and Kichi. Tenacious D. Nice, thank you. What, I don't know. What am I drawing? There's a project I'm working on, but it's secret. I say project. Super secret. Nose. I guess. Hello, clarinets. How you doing? Thank you for the like, Hannah. Thank you for the alert, coach. We can demand. Hmm. Oh, Snowy, how's it going? Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to answer the door. Ugh. I need to go find my water. I'm gonna take a BRB. Thank you for waiting. Ugh. I'm so confused. Right, 12 is supposed to be like the hottest part of the day, right? Why does it feel hotter now than it did when it was 12? Explain me this. Thank you. Our sun shines through windows. My curtains are closed. Stay away, sun. You're not welcome here. You have to walk. Ah, ghost! You fucker! Ow! You did not have to walk this way. You jumped on my chest with your full weight. You're not exactly kitten anymore. You're a full grown-ass man. Look at those teeth. Harry, hello! Thank you for the 80 stream streak. How's it going? Thank you very much. You just gonna sit here, Ghost? You chilling there? Beep 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 beep. What's up? Oh, I still have to throw a fucking pregnant Jerby. God damn it. Don't know why you're laughing. Fucker. Thank you. It's too warm. I can't function. Ugh. 28 in your room? I don't know what it is in my room. Definitely hotter than outside though. Another week? Have a day off. No. You know, maybe that guy from the Dawnguard DLC in Skyrim was right. We need to shoot the sun at the sky with an arrow. Do you have aircon in your car at least? Who's that girl there? Who's that? She out to roam the streets. She don't do major credit cards. I doubt she does receipts, so not quite legitimate. What we if he can. Other offenses. You told Roxanne to put on a red light. Sitting in a vat of cream in a soup. In a soup. You warm, honey? Me too. Although you're trying not to listen, you're staring at the ground. Turn you down. I'll be a crouton. Ah, that's good though. Never changes when the sun goes down. Round here. Yeah. Triangle. Triangle. The sun goes down around me. You know there's something wrong with me. Nothing all the time. Bro, I can't. I'm so warm. I'm literally a fried egg. Check your ears. Let me check your ears. You're warm too. Balls. This just looks like it could be Crutch Andied, honestly. I just want to practice some line weight or something. The symmetry tool hate to see me coming. Hello, Jerby. How you doing? Don't worry, I haven't drawn you pregnant yet. Live another day? I mean, I could do it now if you want. Get my dad out of the way. I'm just really... Even if it's a sketch, I still want to give my best. I'm just too fucking cooked right now. So fucking cooked, dude. How's it going? Ugh. Need food but too warm? It's salad weather. It is salad weather. I remember back when I lived with my mum and my stepdad at the old house, if it was like this, salad weather, we'd be eating nothing but salad. Which was fine by me, honestly. You do not have salad? It's over for you. It's over. Rest in peace. I have tomatoes. Would you like tomatoes? Cheese. Savory veg rice. Well, the thing is like the purpose of the salad is just that it's not something you cook. So, just wanna be with you all night. Hello, Jinx. How you doing? Eat fistfuls of cheese. That's the rat in you talking. Plain Pringles weather? Grow up. The thought of that is just making me fucking shrivel. Creamy chili chicken and cheese enchiladas. I am gonna make chicken.
Bongo.
Mashed potatoes. Some veg. Probably broccoli and cauliflower. And maybe a cheeky Yorkshire pudding. Hello back! Thank you so much for the Prime resub. Happy 6 months, thank you! How are you doing? Feel better, see it back. Trashcan, thank you for the 150 stream streak. Thank you. Sounds lovely, thank you. The only reason I can make this much is because, as I said, I'm ending stream early. Making food before Eurovision. Honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I was considering cutting my stream hours in general. With me and my streak of demotivation. While I still wait for my model and stuff. I was thinking going down to 4 hours only, because then I wouldn't be finishing so late and I could actually, like, not just go and fucking die for 6 hours or whatever until, like, I get up and actually eat something and then I actually go and try and sleep. Because for me, I start at 4 p.m. and I finish at 10 p.m. So I'm usually just fucking beat. I don't know, we'll see. Probably not like a permanent thing, just until I get a little bit of my mojo back or something. Here not dying sounds like a brilliant idea. I'll do my best. The consistency has been a nice feeling to try and keep, but just at the moment, until things settle down in my life a bit, I just might have to cut it down a bit. So I'm sorry. No sorries. Don't care, let me say sorry. Makes me feel better. Yeah, that's right. Delete what you're about to type. How are you doing, Jinx? This is also very warm where you are. And we'll meet the wild. Okay, that's good. It's cold as fuck. I'm so jealous. It's gonna be boiling. No. No. I'm sorry. Boiled fish. Boiled fish and roast chicken. That's gonna be us. Delicious. Thank you. Hour countdown? Alright. Oh, it's 7. Cool. Alright. Well, thank you for the reminder, David. You ever just start craving popcorn? Yeah, actually. Sometimes specifically fresh popcorn. If it's not fresh, I don't wanna. Sounds very entitled, but... yeah, I'm, going to be ending here now. The concession stand talk? That was like 7 years ago. But yeah, I'm gonna be ending here now. Cause I wanna go make food before Eurovision. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your patience with me as always. It means the world to me. Thanks for not forgetting about me. This is perfect timing. If you could stick around for just a wee bit longer, as always, I would like to raid out into someone. It makes their day. Seeing your wee faces, and you get some channel points for doing so. I'm gonna go say hello to Snowy. Snowy is apparently going to be blowing up the UK. So that's interesting. And I have a raid message. Don't usually do raid messages, but if you'd like to pop a wee hello in the chat, ask him how his day is going. I'm sure he'd really appreciate that. Just behave yourselves, as I know you will, and whatnot. I don't know if I'll be streaming to... Oh wait, no, it's Friday tomorrow. Won't be streaming tomorrow. At all. There's 0 chance of me streaming. Friday is my token day off. I never stream on a Friday, so... If I do see you, it'll be Saturday. Maybe I'll try and round up the mods and we'll do another... raft session? Crowd control raft session? We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. We'll see how we're feeling. If not, I'll let y'all know in the Discord as usual what's going on. So, yeah. Thank you for a wonderful stream. Thank you for the wonderful company. Thank you to my chatters. Thank you to my lurkers. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All that good stuff. But watch me on Friday. I usually look in your stream on a Friday, so... yeah. Finally, someone who took the initiative. Friends next. Alright, alright. Well... your TED presentation today? Sure, no problem. You guys, try your best. Have a lovely rest of your morning, noon, or night, wherever as you are. Take plenty good care of yourselves, and maybe I'll see you on Saturday. Okay? Okay. Goodbye!